So thank you for doing this. For me, it means so much to me. You probably have no idea.
Thank you. I'm so delighted to finally be in Lahore.
Yes, so
And
it's your first time in
to
Lahore.
be sitting with you in front of this camera, and yeah, it's great.
It's your first time in Lahore.
My first time in Lahore, yeah.
But you've been, last time I met you was a month ago and we met in Karachi.
Yes.
And I met you before that in Karachi. So
2 months ago in Karachi. And I feel that for me, why it's a journey that I will keep taking, no matter how difficult things get, no matter how fraught with kind of disaster and discomfort this journey might be, because this is a journey I took with my father. It's a journey I took with my father, and on that trip he met Mummy, Hamid Haroon's mother. We all call her Mummy, and in her he found the mother he lost, and that is something that is irreplaceable to all of us, because I mean I saw when his mother died, and when Zakam came out and he decided to hang his boots up, I asked him, I said, are you sure you don't want to make films anymore? And he said, Pooja, the only person I was performing to in the audience is gone. So I don't feel the need to kind of do the monkey dance anymore. And somehow with Mummy, I saw in him that little boy who was playing up to his mother again. So for me, that's special. And when I was in Bombay, sitting at home one day, and oh, sorry, I should be saying Mumbai, politically correct and all of that. But
I
it was
love
obviously
calling it
I grew up
Bombay,
in
by the
Bombay.
way.
I grew
I
up
love
in Bombay.
Bombay.
What's in a goddamn name to begin with? But I was sitting at home, and my father called me one day, and he said, have you watched TV? So I said, no. He said, well, don't put it on, you'll get really mad. And me being me, I had to go and put it right on.
Obviously.
And there was this whole fracas of the ban on Pakistani artists, and the whole
recent
Mushkil
ban.
kind of
Okay, yeah.
drama that was unfolding, where there was my uncle Mukesh Bhatt, who was the president of the guild, producers guild, saying that yes, we've been asked not to work with Pakistani artists again, and there is a certain donation that we're meant to give, blah 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 blah. And I was hopping mad, and I called my father and I said, he said, before you say anything, just breathe, breathe, breathe. And I just want to say that all that we've done in the last 10 to 12 years has gone down the drain, and that broke my heart.
Yeah.
And I said to myself, I said, over my dead body, am I going to kind of just let that dream evaporate like that? Because I remember coming here in 2002, and we came back year after year after year. As long as Kara Film Festival was there, and thank you Hassan Zaidi and Kara for giving us that platform. And something people don't know, when I came back with Irfan Khan, the year after Pap, showing a film called Rogue, there were members of the censor board, if I'm not mistaken, or there were people here, like we have people back home who protest when your artists are there.
Here.
I mean, in India you have your people who protest. Here you have people who protest. We're the same sort. You know?
Obviously.
I mean, good and bad, we're the same sort. And there were people who came out and protested and said that you cannot go ahead with the screening of this film. And I will never forget that Hassan and those volunteers of Kara formed a human chain. And they said that there's no way we're going to allow this screening to be prevented. I mean, you cannot stop this because they are our guests. And we're going to show this film. So when I look at Mami and them banning a film that is supposedly Pakistani, when it's shot in Bangladesh to begin with, not even accurate that it's kind of Pakistani in that sense, without even waiting for the state to come in and protect them, it just kind of really breaks my heart, because I feel that years of fledgling festival that's doing things on its own without government backing of any sort, and if they can display this sort of courage, because it's conviction eventually, why can't we back home, when we are larger, when we are bigger? And I'm glad that I get this from my father, and I'm glad that I've inherited this from him, because I'm not sure all of my siblings share the same kind of zeal, because I mean, I guess they've not taken that journey with him. I know what it meant when I stood on the stage when we performed Daddy in Karachi, and it was not a play done in the most professional manner. It was rather amateur in terms of what you guys have seen here, but his heart was in the right place. And a very refined audience, is able to put their understanding of cinema and theatre aside and respond to your heart. And then when I stood there with my father and we spoke about Daddy, and he spoke about his battle with alcohol addiction, and I realized that I said, for me, the fact that I can stand here with him, and there's a line in the film that says it's not only the right of the parent to feel proud of its child, but it's also the right of the child to be proud of its parent. And I looked at my father and I said, I'm so proud of you because of the man you are, because of the fact that you've held my hand and you've taken me into areas of the world where I go away so enriched. So somewhere, I think in my head and heart, I am the flag bearer and I am the torch bearer, and I've kind of somewhere taken it upon myself to take that forward and never let that kind of die. There's no way this is going to die. This person-to-person contact between India and Pakistan is not going to
I'm
diminish.
so glad you said that. But I'm just gonna tell you how, like, somehow I feel like I totally reciprocate this feeling because a year and a half back, I went to Bombay all by myself, alone, and my
And
parents
you
were.
never called me.
I don't know why I didn't.
Well, thank you very much.
And I still remember all by myself. I had, and now you've done it, so you know what a lovely experience that is. Just crossing that line.
Oh, yes, it is.
It is a gorgeous and such a weird, almost hilarious experience because you're
Yeah.
like, okay, so 2 steps down, and you're like, okay, then now the scene has
Yeah, absolutely.
changed, and it hasn't.
Absolutely.
You know,
You said it. You said it. You said it.
and one kulli to the other, like literally like that. Ye saman pakraya. I crossed over, and I'm standing there. Yeah, it's this experience.
Yeah, it
Everybody
is.
has to do it this way. It's gorgeous. You do know that there's like a huge fan following of yours. You've made friends here who probably, and you're the sort of person who make people forget that they're a star. And I know people like you. Like Ali's one of those.
I grew up wanting to be an astronaut and an architect, yeah.
What?
I had no desire to be
I'm glad you're not an astronaut.
actor. I would be pretty good, you know. I'd be pretty good. I mean, put me up in space, keep me out of trouble, would be good. But I didn't want to be an actor, and I didn't ever think I would be such a big star at like 19. I mean, I was like, at 19, I was the greatest thing since sliced bread, and I was like, oh my god, I hadn't signed up for this, you know. But I'm very grateful for that phase. But I didn't take myself very seriously through it all.
Which is great.
Which is why by 21 I was feeling burnt out, and I said, you know, I can't be sitting around and waiting
By
for
21, you were feeling bored.
Yeah, because I mean 17 I started acting. I did Daddy, Dil Hai Ke Mantani, Sadak back to back.
You were 17 when you did Dil Hai Ke Manta.
Daddy.
And
18
how?
when I did Dil Hai Ke Mantani, 19 Sadak.
Wow.
And by 20 I had 4 indifferent films under my belt after that, and a few flops, and I said, okay, this can't be it. Because you can't take yourself seriously on the basis of a movie doing well or not doing well. I never did. For me, there was a life beyond cinema. There was a life beyond Bollywood. And that life I kind of very, very, very kind of zealously protected. Because for me, that was important to go out there, to go into areas of life where nobody knew a damn thing about Hindi films or Bollywood. And I still wanted to kind of
And you still
hang
have
with
that.
you.
You said you love that about Lahore, for example, that it's like sort of
I
more
love the
regular.
innocence of Lahore. I think that, you know, I mean, it's refreshing to meet people who don't even attempt to put on an intellectual air. You know?
I think they don't have one yet.
No, but there's so many people who kind of, I mean, my point is that if you really like somebody who's kind of wrapped in that intellectual air will wait for at least 40 minutes before they let it like hang out.
Yeah.
With somebody that they're like, okay, we love you. And that's out of the way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So then you
Let's
can go on
get
and have a
this out of the way.
conversation.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's this kind of, you know, oh yeah, but do you mind if I take a selfie with you at the end of like 3 hours? And then I go,
आप पहले ही पूछ लेते हैं.
sure. But I'm very kind of delighted by all these gorgeous Pakistani women who come up to me and they say, you know, you've kind of defined our lives, but pretty much like you did. And for me, that's kind of rather humbling, I must say.
I know.
It is.